Chase with Chase Me Channel Movie Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Spy Kids, All the Time in the World, in 4D with aroma-scope! A really long title is usually the first sign of a bad movie. For example, it's kind of like that old zombie movie from 1964 that we all don't know or hate. Hey guys, does anyone want to come over tonight and watch the incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies? Spy Kids 4D is about a retired spy and her two stepkids that take a journey to stop the evil timekeeper and his sidekick, TikTok. No, I did not just make that up. The spy lady was played by Jessica Alba. Both bad guys are played by Jeremy Piven. And the Spy Kids' dad is played by this guy. And it features both new Spy Kids and the old Spy Kids that are now grown up. Yo, I am on my way to see Spy Kids 4D. You can see I got Justin Bieber in the background. That's so I can get into the kids' mindset so I don't review the movie too bad. Let me tell all you kids that I really care about you guys, obviously, because I had the choice to go see Spy Kids 4D or Conan the Barbarian today. Hey guys, I'm ready to go see the new Spy Kids movie in 4D. Let's see how it goes. As the Spy Kids franchise goes on, each movie seems to have a less and less developed storyline. I do give it credit that the storyline ties in with the previous movies, but the plot was so scrambled between new and old characters that it kind of got annoying. In this movie, they have the new Spy Kids, which are kind of lame, and then you see the old Spy Kids, and you really want them to just, you know, do all the cool stuff that they used to, and it really would have been just cooler if Carmen and Judy would have made some kind of Spy Kids alliance, and there was lots of Spy Kids, but they just focused on two main Spy Kids, and, oh God, being a big Spy Kids fan, storyline just disappointed me. I'm gonna label it with a 5 out of 10. The new Spy Kids are just not the same. I mean, they're good actors and everything, but they just don't have that special spark that Carmen and Judy had. Spy Kids movies have always had interesting villains. The first one had Floop and his thumb people that were sweet. The second one had the crazy scientist that liked to mix animals together. Cool. The third was like an acid trip featuring Sylvester Stallone. Nice. And the fourth one, well, he's a guy that wears a clock mask. Really, it's not as stupid as it looks. If you love Timekeeper, then you'll love his sidekick, TikTok, who's even cooler. He had gadget goggles and he had a voice like Fred.
I'm TikTok and I want all the time in the world.
I give characters a 4 out of 10. This franchise already had a 3D movie, so in order to outdo themselves, they had to make it 4D. How did they do that? Well, it's called aroma-scope. If you haven't experienced an aroma-scope, then your senses are missing out on a lot of tingling. I thought it was going to be some kind of machine that shot out senses throughout the theater, but boy was I wrong. This is the aroma-scope, aka a numbered scratch and sniff. Whether you're supposed to smell the scent of candy or bacon or vomit, all of the senses smelled relatively the same and kind of nice. This aroma-scope is just so stupid. The other effects were very minimal, gimmicky, and they did not use the 3D to their advantage. The only memorable 3D effect is when the little spy boy drops his Cheetos into the camera. Cheetos! Special effects, 5 out of 10. There was action, but most of it was lame. A couple fight scenes, a high-speed chase in a flying machine, and them running through a big clock is really all this movie gave us. Also, I expected there to be awesome spy gadgets, but obviously they used all their cool ideas in the previous movies. Disappointing, to say the least. Action gets a 4 out of 10. In this movie, they use something called kid humor. This is the kind of comedy that only 4-year-olds laugh at because they don't know any better.
Little Billy, shut up.
Yes, most of the comedy involved feces, vomit, or flatulence. Funny for some, but not for civilized adults like myself. Since I'm the one reviewing this movie and not a 4-year-old, I give it a 4 out of 10. The clock guy scared me multiple times, and I'm gonna end up having nightmares. In case you didn't catch that sarcasm, I give horror a 0 out of 10. Where do I usually go after I see a movie? Well, I usually go home. Where am I right now in this case? A gas station. And why am I at a gas station? Because I'm thirsty. And I'm also really hungry.
Oh, that's a taquito and a hot dog. Hey Chase, why didn't you just buy a $5 popcorn and a $7 drink? Well, that's because I don't have enough money to spend on that after I spend a bunch of money on a 3D movie. And it seems like every movie's 3D these days, and every 3D movie costs a bunch of money, and I don't have that kind of money.
That's just not fair for the middle class Americans.
This was a fun movie to see, but not worth my money. Unless you are a 5-year-old kid or a grown adult without self-respect, I urge you, do not waste your money. All the elements of this movie were so mediocre that it left me thinking, wow, I just spent my hard-earned money on an easily thrown together film. Crazy gadgets? Lots of cool spies? Mind-blowing aroma-scope? This film was a gimmick and it was poorly planned. Overall, I give it a whopping 4 out of 10. If you've seen the movie and you want to help the other viewers out, put a thumbs up if you liked the movie and a thumbs down if you didn't, and leave your comments below.
Question time.
Do you think the new Spy Kids are as dope as the old Spy Kids? See ya. With a machine gun on the helicopter, and then this big old gorilla gets really frustrated, and he just